Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So Crypto Whale posting this with regards to the Bitcoin price. Bitcoin crashing exactly as predicted. So if you guys don't know, Mr. Whale here on Twitter is bearish on Bitcoin, and he's posting the 1 hour chart just demonstrating that long red candlestick to the downside. Of course, when we bring up the Bitcoin chart, it does look very, very dramatic from the 1 hour perspective. But you know, when in doubt, zoom out. And I always like to take a look at these things at different time frames, just because we get a different picture when we zoom out. And quite frankly, on the daily, really, there's not too much else to talk about. Now, I know the cryptocurrency market has seen a bit of a red day. I know market cap is down $1.8 trillion. It's hovering very low compared to where we have seen it over the last 12 months or so. However, Bitcoin dominance still hovering at around 41%. So that means no altcoin season yet. Bitcoin is down 3.6%, Ethereum is down 4.4%, Binance Coin down 3.5%, we got XRP down 5.85%, and the rest of the crypto space too, a lot of these altcoins down in the single digits. So Bitcoin is back down below $40,000, and altcoins are following, certainly not signifying any type of altcoin season, at least not yet. If I bring up XRP here real quickly, you can see XRP trading at about 73.8. So XRP did also see a bit of a decline over the last 24 hours. However, on the bright side, guys, pay attention to what's going on behind closed doors. Bitcoin under heavy accumulation phase, as whales now hold over $280 billion in Bitcoin. This is coming from a top on-chain analyst. So a popular on-chain analyst is revealing that Bitcoin is going through a huge accumulation phase. So while some people are seeing this, okay, oh my goodness, the sky is falling. Others are noticing something else. In the latest edition of the Blockwave Intelligence newsletter, William Clement says that despite Bitcoin's volatile price action, market participants are buying and holding Bitcoin at this historic rate. So, just bringing up Bitcoin again real quickly here. And people are accumulating. They are seeing this as a buying opportunity. Again, guys, like I've said in the past, this is an accumulation phase. We're back down under the 0.236. So that could have been an indicator for some investors to pull the trigger and send their buy orders. So this is what Will Clement is saying here. Underneath the surface, there is a heavy phase of accumulation on chain. Exchange outflows have reached a rate that has only ever occurred 3 times before in Bitcoin's history, following March 2020, December 2020, a lot of which was likely GBTC, and September 2021. So he's demonstrating that with a chart here from Glassnode, along with the massive exodus on Bitcoin from digital asset exchanges. Clement highlights that whales are also buying the leading crypto by market cap after unloading their BTC stacks for most of the year. And he goes on to say this week has seen an uptick in whales holding for the first time since January, showing an increase in supply held by entities with over 1,000 BTC filtering out for known on-chain entities such as exchanges. So this is excluding exchanges. These are only whales holding above 1,000 BTC, and the on-chain analytics is suggesting that this is an accumulation phase. So back to this, investors seeing this as an accumulation opportunity as they saw back in here, okay, as they were doing back in here, right? That psychological level getting dangerously close to $30,000, and even down here it went under $30,000 back in mid-2021. And just real quickly too, Will Clement was mentioning these dates, March 2020 and December 2020. So if we just go back here on the chart to March 2020, this was in and around here. So the last 2 times where he saw this was in and around here before Bitcoin really popped up. And then December 2020, which was in and around here. Okay, this area here before Bitcoin did pop to the upside. So why is this occurring? Why are we seeing this massive drop? Well, whales are accumulating Bitcoin. Kaleo here giving us a reason. Don't worry, guys. Everyone is just selling to pay their taxes. That's right, it's tax season. And for those of you guys who did cash in your cryptocurrencies back in 2021, you are likely going to have to be paying taxes on those. So, you know, back in 2021 and even in late 2021, this is the total crypto market. We did see those highs for the entire crypto market. I know a lot of you guys, including myself, did take some profits up here, and maybe even some of you guys took some profits up here. And so with regards to the 2021 tax season, well, people are going to have to be paying their taxes based on their crypto gains. So that is a likely explanation as well. It is April the 18th today, and taxes are due on the 30th. Kaleo Kalilio's also just bringing this up as well. Last leg down is going to be the one that hurts the most. So he is still predicting a bullish Bitcoin, a new all-time high. At the moment, everyone is confident $40,000 will hold. Everyone has some type of hope that the bottom is in. Then we flush right past it. Just demonstrating here a fractal pattern that we're playing out yet again. And down here also pure pain scenario playing out as on point as you could expect. Last leg down to $37,000, which is what he is predicting here, but that would still line up with the trend line. So even if we do go down to $37,000 per BTC, just bring that up again real quickly here. Where would that be? Let me just throw a horizontal line at about 37, which would be roughly in and around there. Kalio is still saying that that would, in fact, still meet up with the trend line here, and we would still be making higher lows. Also, I just thought I'd bring this point up again. I talked about this a little bit. It was either yesterday or the day before. From TA Analyst here on Twitter, Bitcoin, the most accurate bottom detector I have found so far. So he is comparing Bitcoin to the S&P 500. He describes it a little bit up here. A Bitcoin bottom has been reached following a huge bull run, and when compared to the S&P 500, as we saw back in 2011, 2015, 2018, and 2020, this same pattern was found. It just left the blue zone. So with regard to the S&P, we hit this when the weekly stochastic RSI K-line of the S&P leaves the blue zone. So right here again, he circles all the examples down here on the bottom of the chart. You can see comparatively, Bitcoin has seen a pump. So here we saw a pump for Bitcoin. Again, here, a little pump for Bitcoin as well back in 2020, a pump for Bitcoin. And now where are we? 2022, same area of the chart. So it is likely we will see the same thing occur. All very interesting observations here. I mean, some are just waiting for that altcoin rally, and some are wondering why Bitcoin is crashing, and altcoins are also coming down, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9%, whatever it is, when Bitcoin should be, in fact, rallying, because this is what some technical analysts have told you should happen, should be rallying to the 0.702. And that is supposed to be when we see the altcoins rally as well, and we're just not seeing it yet. This is why I'm not too concerned about these Bitcoin moves either. I mean, I personally think this is still one large accumulation phase for Bitcoin, so I do think I'm in the camp that thinks Bitcoin could go on to a prolonged bull run. However, even if you don't believe that theory, we still have not seen Bitcoin go up to the 0.702. Altcoins have not followed. So is this the end of Bitcoin? Are we going to see lower lows in both theories, in both schools of thought? The answer would be no. Okay, but enough about that for now. I wanted to get onto this. Now, the UAE, an important country situated in the Middle East, they are partnered with Ripple in many capacities at the central bank level. Different financial institutions as well in that country have integrated with RippleNet. Well, now these guys are emerging to become a global digital financial hub. Make note of this, guys, and the Ripple partnership. So the UAE is the fastest emerging as the digital finance capital in the region and a global digital hub helped by conducive regulations, government leadership, and talent inflow. So everything is coming together. It's gelling in the Middle East to make the United Arab Emirates one of these important digital financial hubs. The UAE is driving digital transformation with the adoption of digitization across public and private sectors. The UAE government recently approved a digital economy strategy that aims to increase contribution to the sector to 20%, more than doubling the current target of about 10% in 10 years. Also, the emergence of blockchain-based financial transactions and development of regulatory frameworks for digital assets at onshore and offshore jurisdictions within the UAE gives it a clear competitive advantage in digital finance. Also, they talk down here a little bit about the metaverse and how they are going to transition into the metaverse, adding that as part of their business model. Take a look down here. Dubai and the UAE have been emerging as a DeFi/Web3 hub in the past 12 to 18 months due to new licensing regimes as well as an influx of Web3 talent during the beer flu pandemic. Financial services in the metaverse, as we know, some banks have already applied for patents to be able to conduct business in the metaverse. So this is full steam ahead. According to Citibank's Digital Money Index, the UAE is ranked 5th globally behind Switzerland, Luxembourg, Hong Kong, and Singapore. The UAE is far ahead of its Gulf peers, with Qatar at 10, Bahrain and Kuwait at 31 and 33 respectively. So the UAE, positioned in the Middle East to be one of these influential digital finance hubs. We know about the partnerships connected to RippleNet, and this is why, because they have the trifecta, right? They have the talent coming in, they have government support, and what was the third thing? Right, up here, they have conducive regulations. This is what is going to get countries at the top of the digital finance revolution. John Deaton here also mentioning the same, with regards to the UAE, the United Arab Emirates to emerge as global digital finance hub. The UAE has declared XRP not a security, so that's another thing that, of course, would have to happen considering they are so integrated with RippleNet technology, with the UK, Japan, Switzerland, Singapore, and every other foreign government that has specifically looked at it. I think the future is bright, despite the rain cast by the SEC. And even here, Bill at Belisarius2020 on Twitter saying, when Australia passes the proposed Digital Services Act, which almost certainly will implement an Australian Senate committee recommendation to classify cryptos, XRP will not be classified as a security. So that is just another country where they see the potential for XRP and don't want to stifle innovation. Virtually no chance of it will be treated differently than the UK or Singapore. Australia clearly has a banking relationship with countries in the East. Singapore in particular, I don't know about the UK. But if these countries, these specific countries, if they've already taken a look at XRP and said, no, it is a currency, it is not considered a security, I don't see why those other countries wouldn't follow suit. It's really just in the US, guys, where the SEC is trying or was trying to bring down XRP and Ripple. But it sounds like that could all be changing very, very soon, and I'll tell you guys why in a second. First, I wanted to bring you guys this from Ant1 here on Twitter. Bank Afala, which is a Ripple partner, is partnering with PayMob. Partnership with MENA's market-leading digital payments provider and one of Pakistan's largest fintech partnerships to date. It will empower over 100,000 merchants across the country. This, again, with regards to the partnership between Bank Afala and PayMob. So PayMob, MENA's market-leading digital payments provider, announces a new strategic relationship with Bank Afala, who is a Ripple partner in one of Pakistan's largest fintech partnerships to date. PayMob's partnership with the bank will drive financial inclusion and lead the way for swift payment acceptance and follow PayMob's Pakistan market entry and general MENAP expansion strategy. So the MENA region, and I don't know what that P stands for, PayMob has signed an agreement with Bank Afala to activate and support merchant acquisition and integration services across the country. The collaboration will enable instant onboarding features for the first time in Pakistan using PayMob's advanced solutions such as payment gateway integration, POS or point of sale terminals, and soft POS. The instant onboarding feature is empowered by the digital onboarding regulations recently published by the State Bank of Pakistan and comes as one of the many positive steps the State Bank has led to enable MSME merchants in order to further digitize the ecosystem. And again, just down here, some of the statistics. PayMob aims to empower over 100,000 merchants across Pakistan in the first 24 months. So only in 2 years, they are looking to roll this out to over 100,000 merchants. The market opportunity in Pakistan is significant given the range of retail outlets and small to medium-sized businesses across the country. There are over 4 million small to medium-sized businesses using just over 80,000 point-of-sale terminals and less than 3,000 e-commerce payment gateways. The market is perfectly suited to meet PayMob's criteria and strategy to expand globally and bridge the digital financial gap. So PayMob looking to partner with Bank Afala. We are honored to partner with Bank Afala under the progressive leadership to provide reliable and seamless digital payment services for small to medium-sized businesses across Pakistan. With this partnership, we aim to contribute the shared vision of economic growth and digitizations of SMEs. So big news there in Pakistan, of course. Making sure they have a solution, making sure that business, small to medium-sized businesses in that region of the world has the opportunity to digitize payments, streamline the process in order to maximize growth. So again, Bank Afala, a Ripple partner, partnering with PayMob to do just that. Wanted to thank Ant1 for posting that. And just the other day, guys, this was big news on Friday. Biden to nominate Michael Barr as Fed bank regulator in second attempt to fill the post. If you guys didn't see the video I did on that, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. So this was breaking news over the weekend. Just some of the key points in case you guys missed it. President Biden will nominate Michael Barr to be the Fed's big bank regulator, the administration's second attempt to fill the post. Barr served as the Assistant Treasury Secretary for Financial Institutions during the Obama administration, where he helped design the 2010 Dodd-Frank Act. He understands that this job is not a partisan one, but one that plays a critical role in regulating our nation's financial institutions. This is what Biden said about Barr on Friday. Biden's first pick to serve was Sarah Bloom Raskin. Okay, we don't have to get into that. One of the other things I did want to mention was down here, guys, with regards to this choice, and it had to do with Barr's connection to Ripple. So right down here, in tapping Barr, again, the White House is betting that Raskin's withdrawal at the hands of Manchin is enough to persuade progressives who might have preferred Raskin to back a more centrist choice. Those Democrats would likely want Barr to divulge the details of his prior work for financial technology companies like Ripple Labs, a blockchain-based payments firm, to guarantee he is insulated from corporate interests. So I find it interesting that CNBC is actually stating this. The Democrats want Barr to divulge details on what was happening at Ripple Labs, because if you've been following along, Ripple did add Michael Barr to their board back in 2015. Former Treasury official Michael S. Barr joins Ripple Labs. So the connection is there, and it is not lost on the current government that Michael Barr has worked for Ripple Labs, and they're even stating down here, those Democrats would likely want Barr to divulge the details of his prior work for financial technology companies like Ripple Labs. So is it a situation of, get your enemies close or your enemies' allies close so that you can play against them? We know the SEC has brought Ripple Labs into court, fighting against them to classify XRP as security, likely to help the big banks. We know Gary Gensler's brother is in a top position at TD Ameritrade. Yeah, not only his brother, his twin brother, identical twin brother, Robert N. Gensler. Yeah, there's two of them. So is this a strategy, guys? Is it a strategy to get Michael Barr to leak the secrets? Or is it a matter of, well, if you can't beat them, you might as well join them? Think about this for a second. We have gone through over a year of the SEC lawsuit, and now it's coming to a close. It's coming very close to a final verdict. I personally think it's likely that the SEC realizes that they are going to lose. And so isn't it convenient that just on Friday, April the 15th, 2022, President Joe Biden decided to nominate Michael Barr to be the Fed's big bank regulator. Okay, and the quote was, he understands that this job is not a partisan one, but one that plays a critical role in regulating our nation's financial institutions. This has to do with all of finance. Considering what he knows about Ripple and XRP, well, wouldn't he be the perfect person to put in that spot? Also consider this, guys, a great find by Rothschild von Bilderberg. In 2020, Gary Gensler told us that in 2022, the President of the United States would choose a new Fed person in order to migrate to a new, faster, and modern financial system, the XRPL perhaps. And a few days ago, ex-Ripple board member Michael Barr was nominated for Fed Vice Chair. Is it a coincidence, guys? And if you didn't see this clip, listen to this.
We have been leapfrogged by others, by digital currency, by digital Chinese currency. Why? Because, frankly, our central bank has been slow. And there's an appointment coming in January of 22. The president's got to decide whether to change over who's leading the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve runs our payment system. And I think we need to move that Federal Reserve into the modern era.
We need to move the Federal Reserve into the modern era. And at this time, did Gary Gensler perhaps think that it was going to be an Ethereum-based system? Fast forward over a year now, Ripple is coming out of this lawsuit gloriously and victoriously. Enter Michael Barr on Friday, April 15th by President Biden. So do you think the philosophy now is, if you can't beat him, you might as well join him? That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.